Monday morning. Monday morning. Good morning, folks. Welcome to the True Breakfast Show on 961, the heart and soul of Liberia. One shot for Ghana, two shot for Ghana, three shot for Ghana. Automatic. Oh, yes. Africa is now showing that democracies, the rule of the people, the decision of the people must be respected. That's what we saw on Saturday in a country that have 34.80 million population. Good morning, folks. Welcome to the TBS. And we're here to serve you breakfast up to 10 o'clock this morning. So much to talk about. The love of liberty matters here. Let justice be done to all. What sort of mind you waking up with this morning? Listening up to the breakfast show. Some of you don't love to listen. You don't like what we say. If you listen up to the vice president of Ghana, President Muhammadu Buhari, who accepted defeat and said Ghana first, the interests of Ghana must be above the people. Yes, good morning, folks. Congratulations to John Muhammad, yes, of the NDC winning the election. And we have to serve you breakfast up to 10 o'clock this morning. Good morning, His Excellency. This was a similar thing that happened in Liberia almost a year when George Weah considered to Joseph Human boycott. Congratulations to Africa. My name is O'Neill Roberts. This is O'Neill, Marka Davis together. We're going to serve you breakfast up to 10 o'clock this morning. Good morning to all of our silent listeners. Yes, wake up well. Think positive for our country, your district, your county, the country, and we'll move as a one people. Good morning, folks. Good morning, Marka. It's great to have you back.
Yes, good morning, O'Neill, and it's great to be back to do the work of the Liberian people. So you see some of the similarities between the work we do and that of, maybe should I say, the government or the legislature. So since the conflict ensued in the House of Representatives, you listen to majority of our Liberian people always saying, go and do the Liberian people's work. Go and do the Liberian people's work. So we are here always in the morning to also do the Liberian people's work.
Yes.
Yes. So that's why
it's not easy every morning.
Members of the fourth estate. You see, the same way they can butcher the budget and get the executive on, they get the judiciary on, they get the legislature on. The fourth estate is supposed to get on a budget. But only this is
if we bring this on the matter, they return the session easily.
This is for real. I've been saying this for some time now. But you know, sometimes when I post on Facebook, some veteran journalists will come and say, "Oh, if that happens, the government will control the media." But I don't believe so.
No,
I don't believe so, because remember that the budget is a law, right?
Yes.
Once it is passed, it is a law. Whatever you allocate in that budget for any institution, it lawfully belongs to that institution, and nobody can coerce them to do anything. And there are some country, where government provides subsidy for medical institutions, academic institutions, and some media institutions.
Yeah.
The same thing can happen in Liberia too.
So electronically,
you cannot strangulate the media economically and expect the media to produce the quality that match the country's output. You understand? I mean, this is a fact.
Yeah, real fact.
People can argue about it and say what they want to say, but realistically, on you, as you can be giving money in a budget to institutions, sometimes clinic owned by members of government. Sometimes schools owned by members of government, schools owned by faith-based institutions, by private citizens. Why you think media institutions that are also some owned by government, maybe people in government or private people, why you think they themselves are not supposed to receive benefits as subsidy from the budget?
So we'll take our time.
I strongly believe in this.
That media should get something.
Yes.
Yes. Member of the estate. So electronically, have a copy of the budget.
Okay.
Yes, we'll take our time and review the budget.
Yeah.
I reach out to some of the lawmakers. I ask them to send me the
Oh, you made
budget.
a draft on it?
Yeah, the draft. Yeah, I'm going to
Yeah,
send it
yeah,
to you
yeah.
right now.
I think I have it.
You have
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
There are some
I have
lawmakers
it.
who don't have the budget. Yes, jokingly, I say, but
But the copy they carried last time, they
no,
say it's because CCO.
I reach out. I'm not calling him. I reach out to 6 lawmakers.
Mm.
Yes, via WhatsApp, asking them, can you please send me forward the draft budget? He says it's somewhere around the Capitol building there.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
So by all means, I try. I got the copy of the draft budget, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll look at it probably on tomorrow. There are some people who have some of the schools there. We'll try to unveil it. How many
Yeah,
pages?
seriously. To prove, no matter what,
How many pages there?
only you are right about
Yeah.
it.
How many pages?
Look
Should
up-
be
look up for the page.
128. Yes. Here is it. 128. Although
Okay.
279.
Okay.
If possible, here. No, more than that.
More than that.
472 pages.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll take our time to go through the draft budget.
Yeah.
If John Brown have a school there and still put it in the budget, they will want to know. We gotta help,
Mhm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Monday morning, the breakfast show. Good morning to all of you, the silent listeners. You are on scram, you don't call, you don't text, you listen every morning. And Africa is now going developing well in terms of results being accepted.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Liberia took the whole world by surprise when George Weah took up the cell phone and called Joseph Boykai. You know, Boykai was in his living room. He said he didn't believe that he had won until George Weah can concede.
Yeah.
Yes, so that phone call came in between 10 to 11 p.m. And when George plays a call to the old man and said, well, um, George Weah is calling you. And Boykai answered the call. And George Weah said, congratulations on winning the election. So similar thing happened in Ghana.
Yes.
Ghana took less than 24 hours. We have known the winners already. How many days we took the winner in Liberia?
Whatever for
2
Madam-
weeks.
Whatever, Madam David Brand has done it for some time.
Yeah, but we can blame her too.
Yeah, we can blame her.
Yeah, it's like electronic voting, that
Mhm.
biometric something we
Mhm.
know. But
Yeah.
Ghana took less than 24 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Becca, you brought something this morning. I'm very moved by what this president said. The vice president.
Yeah. Yeah.
We should put our individual differences off and
yeah.
put Ghana first.
Yes.
I will send a clip to all the lawmakers and also the TV. Supreme Court
Yeah.
this, Supreme Court that. We should play a little bit.
Yes. Yes. We can give it a little play. I
Yeah.
mean, that's what was trending in West Africa now.
You can maybe you can go
Yeah.
with two
Yeah.
lines, 2 paragraph of it. Yeah.
Yes. So the should I call him outgoing vice
Yeah,
president?
I go with vice
Yeah, the
president.
outgoing vice president of Ghana, Mahamadou Bawumia,
Mhm.
you know, has
Mhm.
accepted defeat
Mhm.
in Saturday's election and congratulated opposition candidate, former President John Mahama, on his victory. This is why he said, quote,
Mhm.
the people have voted for change.
Hmm.
The elections come amid the country's worst economic crisis in a generation, which saw the cost of basic goods shoot up while young people struggled to get jobs and the country was unable to pay its debts.
Mhm. Mhm.
Despite Bahubia's concession, no official results have been declared.
Hmm.
The Electoral Commission said results had been delayed because supporters of the two main parties were impeding the process and they have asked the police to clear the collation centers.
Hmm.
Mahama's supporters have taken to the streets around the country to celebrate, cheering, waving flags, blowing horns. The people that are
Mhm. Yeah, the people that I've taken came from
Yeah.
South Africa.
blowing horns and spinning motorbikes that our motorbike guys would normally do.
Yeah.
So he said, I'm so excited for this victory.
Mhm.
Salifu Abdullah Fatawu told the BBC in the central city of Kumasi. He said he hoped it will mean that he and his sibling will have jobs,
Hmm.
while the price of food and fuel will come down. Even NPP supporter Nana accepted that my party is NPP, but whatever they did was not good.
Hmm.
Damn it. That ruling party supporter talking now.
Damn it.
He said the system was so bad in an election year, and so most people were not happy.
Hmm.
Although the election has generally been peaceful, 2 people were shot dead in Saturday in separate incidents, while the Electoral Commission office in the northern town of Damongo has been destroyed allegedly by NDC supporters angry at the delays in announcing the results.
Hmm.
They equal the
Hmm.
expectation they want the result to come up by post.
Hmm.
Ghanaians had expected the first results to be announced within hours of the polls closing. However, the head of the Electoral Commission has asked for patience, noting that it has 72 days to declare the results. Warehouses have also been looted in both Damango and Tamale, also in the north. Bahumia said he was basing his conception on internal tallies from the governing New Patriotic Party. He said these showed Mahama had won decisively, while the opposition National Democratic Congress had also won the parliamentary election.
Wow.
Mahama confirmed that Bahumia had called to congratulate him on his emphatic victory. The NDC earlier said that its internal results showed Mahama had won 56% of the vote against 41% for Bahumia. The vice president said he was accepting defeat before the official announcement of the results to avoid further tension and preserve the peace of our country.
Wow.
The U.S. Embassy in the capital Accra has congratulated Ghana on a successful election. President Nana Akufo-Addo is stepping down after reaching the official limit of 2 terms in office. Mahama is 65. He previously led Ghana from 2012 until 2017 when he was replaced by Akufo-Addo. Mahama also lost the 2020 election. So this victory represents a stunning comeback.
Yes. Congratulations, Ghana, man. This
You
is
know,
it.
Onu, as life unfolds, so it becomes unpredictable. Do you know that? Do you know that the NDC was voted out of power and the NPP ushered in because of the same reason why they are voting the NPP out today?
So this is how Ghana operates. NDC will come every
The same
political party
economic issue.
yes, will have for 2 years.
The same economic issue on the basis which Ghanaians said they were letting the NDC to go and bringing in NPP. Now, for the same reason, you listen when I was reading the BBC script.
Yeah.
You listen to the NPP supporter, right? The NPP supporters say the economy was bad, the government were not doing much, so the people were not happy. That's why they made that decision. But this is the same reason why they voted NDC out 8 years ago.
8 years ago. So NDC is back. So these two political parties, NPP and NDC, always dominate Ghana election. Yes. But congratulations. I want you to put this up. Go to the message. I want you to put outgoing Ghana president on Nana Addo.
Nana Akufo-Addo. And
interested in Marka, I met him when I went to New York.
Okay.
Yeah, so I bumped into the Ghanaian president. You gotta put this up, man. Let people see.
That was the time Liberia was launching his bid for
the US non-permanent seat. Yes. He went to support. Go in the messenger, man. I thought, man.
Yeah, so
there is it.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So the Ghanaian president then Nana Addo went to give his full support that Ghana will support Liberia's bid for the non-permanent seat. Yes, so at the launch of the non-permanent seat in New York, I came across I bumped into Nana Addo, the Ghanaian president,
Nana
Akufo-Addo. Yes, he went in person to tell Joseph Boyka, say, Sarah Bersolo, I'm here to give the people of Ghana full support that Liberia deserve a seat on a non-permanent.
So again, we like to say we are grateful to the trend that democracy is taking, even though we are having some turbulent times in terms of our democratic tenets in West Africa. But Ghana, Liberia, and should I say Sierra Leone and others are doing good with democracy. I can recall in 2017, even the current president, when the election results were announced in 2017, he said he accepted the results, and not because of he wanting to be president that he would allow one Liberian blood to be spilled in Liberia. Joseph Boyka said that in 2017.
Yes.
And in 2023, George Weah, ahead of the pronouncement of the final results, called the candidate, the opposition candidate, Joseph Boyka, and said, "Oh man, congratulations." But the number we are seeing, even if they count all the votes, we know that we didn't win the election. So congratulations. And we move today. But I can say clearly that if any country should take credit for that between Liberia and Ghana, Ghana will take the credit because almost for the past 20 years, Ghana have been doing smooth,
consistently.
yes, consistent, smooth.
Some part of last year, Ghana lined up 5 ex-presidents.
Yes, so
5 of them.
So I think it is a good thing. Liberia is following a very huge.
But guess what? Guess what? Laugh about this. So John Mahama is back to the presidency, right? Sedition back home in Liberia said that how George will come back to the
presidency. Obviously, you remember when Donald Trump won the U.S. election?
Yeah,
thing.
They don't want to say America, but Africa.
John Mahama has made a great comeback. So Mahama did not complete his second term.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. So after 2 terms, I don't know, he will not contest again.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but Sedition say money will come back.
Yeah. Obviously,
nothing is impossible like politics.
Politicians will say that. Obviously, politicians would say that because right now, you and I know, and political scientists know that the 2 most popular candidates or politicians in Liberia are George Weah and Joseph Boakai.
Okay, so if you take Joseph Boakai out in 2029, before we do our lineup, please hold on a little bit, right?
So it will,
if you take Joseph Boakai up, right, you have top 4 popular candidates.
Okay.
George Opon, you like it or not? That one, you keep your personal feeling. Opon is popular. Mane is popular. Next, I'll call on Jeremiah Nkum because he's the current vice president.
Yes.
I'm trying to be fair enough, right?
He has edge, yes.
Yes. Then the third person I will call Tewon Gongolo.
Okay.
Yes. The 4th that I thought will rack you a little bit. Do you know why?
Why?
I made a post on Ellis Cummings' birthday. Cummings is not talking.
Okay.
And Cummings got some people who surrounding him, driving people away from Cummings. I will keep saying this. There are people who surround Alexander Cummings. When people see them, they go far from Cummings.
Absolutely. So you see, I'm not a political student or a certified politician, but in politics, it's like what they call bite and blow. You cannot be consistently bitter in politics. That's why politicians will tell you there's no permanent friend or permanent enemy. In politics, you can. I mean, politics is hugely dynamic. The dynamics in politics can change at any point in time, and so yes, you are right about that. Again, we obviously know that between 2027 and 2028, we see
let me try another ball.
The emergence. We see the emergence of new candidates.
Yeah, one new face that will come.
Be surprised that some people in the Senate will be declaring their intention to run.
I'm talking about the Senate people there.
I'm just saying.
We need somebody to come. Marka, Daniel Cassell. You remember Cassell?
Yeah. We're not gonna force.
We're not
gonna force.
Liberians waiting to see a candidate that will come to the Daniel Cassell force
with clean party headquarters. Buses, vehicles, youth chairman getting car.
Everything.
Yes.
We wait to see that person. Where are you?
District coordinators with motorbikes.
Where are you? Yes.
Party officials on salary.
Where are you?
Campaign money.
Yes.
Everybody can be gravitating to Liberian politicians. No, let me tell you.
There you go.
Yesterday, electors are deceptive, but Liberian politicians are deceptive.
Times 3, you'll get that.
They deceptive.
Now.
See how they were moving towards Dana Cassell's money.
Cassell going to be the
election. They were moving towards Cassell. I say they were moving towards Cassell's money. But why you put your
finger on me? I thought I Alfonso to say you point here.
I don't want you to misunderstand me. They were moving towards Cassell's money. May so rest in peace. He was a good man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So rest in peace.
But
they were moving towards the man money, just a magnet.
That's an issue.
Including the current minister of Mines and Energy.
Women pay. No, women, sometimes today that Monday, man. They come to you know the minute they on Friday. The CDC and United Party men and Librarians, you be careful. The minute has some other section on Friday. They will call you, hold on, I know you do a health
test. They ball bounce?
The ball bounce.
I just
all the noise you have been making
on Facebook.
Yes, the men and chill. Dollars was spent, man. Money in the country, yo.
Ball bounce.
Money in this country, but in the ball bounce.
I want to experience that in you.
No, me, I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah, you I know you. I'm talking about you. I say
ball bounce. They talk Jacob Jala ball bounce, Musa Belade ball bounce. You can remix it, say ball bounce, what you say. They call me ball bounce, rule change or something like that.
Something you can say.
Yeah, but We need a new field like cassette that will come. We'll shake the whole.
But don't be surprised. It's always happening.
It
You
will
know that,
happen.
right?
Do
So
Milson did it, right?
yeah, Duke missing Kennedy
Kenny
Sunday.
Sunday, Mills June,
Yeah,
Dale
New
Coty
June.
Uncle Mills June,
And then we saw Cassell.
Daniel Cassell.
So 2028, 2029,
We'll see
we'll
somebody.
see somebody emerging from the US.
Guess what? When they come, they can say, I was sent by God.
And listen, all of them have some kind of charity. They can collect money from the churches,
No
from other
problem.
places, and bring it plenty.
We're waiting for that.
That one can make some people to defect from their parties now and start going. They say the new dawn of a new Liberia. The dawn of a new Liberia.
My guy, nothing happy will make cool and money a friend.
Oh, they get friend.
Oh, yeah. If a new ninja hit in Liberia,
Or new.
and let me show you the color you should choose. You know, Mobile Molofin taking the yellow color.
Yeah.
Let it put it white. Purity.
White, eh?
Yeah. Purity.
The American party must take white.
Yeah, the American party.
The American base, not American party.
The American base must take white color.
Party that's on the way to Liberia for 20
White.
minutes now should take white.
Yeah, white.
White and whiting. That sometimes color must be. It can be pure white.
No, you put green there, you want to put the left code Benin. You sue me, I sue you. Yeah, let be dominant white, man.
Yes, most likely.
Yeah, white shines everywhere.
Yeah, but again, good morning to all of our wonderful listeners who are joining us this morning. We are grateful to be here and serve you breakfast. All of you from across the country. Let's say good morning, especially to our silent listeners. We are very special on this show. A couple of our family members are celebrating today. Tita Zota in Johnsonville is celebrating her birthday on today. So
okay, happy birthday.
Yeah, we not call her Alma, so we want to say happy birthday to you. And Thomas Flaw the third, T Flaw's son, is celebrating his first birthday today.
My former friend's son.
Yeah, so he's Thomas Flaw the third. He's 1 year old today. The grandmother, the grandmother, Coretta Kume, is celebrating. She can celebrate it, but just our last one. I don't have a grandson yet. I will let the Liberian people know that your grandson yet.
Coretta gets her unpaid dues.
Yeah, absolutely.
She got her unpaid dues.
Yeah, absolutely.
Coretta Kume got her unpaid dues.
Yes, absolutely. So, most likely today. Who knows? But happy birthday to the little man. Congratulations to you on your first birthday. We pray that you celebrate decades to come.
Yes,
all the best.
Let's get to business. Mother morning, the breakfast show. Good morning to all of you listening. But you welcome to about good country. My name is O'Neill, along with Marka this morning. Let's see what we have on the lineup this morning.
Yes, a lot of things happening this morning, but in passing through this morning, again, let's recognize our sponsors, EcoBank Liberia Limited and Orange Liberia, two of the very best in their own sectors. Again, we encourage you to do business with EcoBank. If you don't have a bank account, you have the opportunity to just walk to EcoBank and open yourself an account and start to save and do business with EcoBank. Again, Orange is the best in the GSM communication industry, so you can do business with Orange Liberia. Health tips come out shortly with David Coty for 5 minutes this morning. That will be followed by the review of the local dailies. Listen to Hairland this morning. You can't afford to miss the review of the local dailies. The thing Uncle Alfonso then I read.
Same old day, Alfonso Twe.
Yes, so review of the local dailies. Again, our studio chat this morning following President Marka's warning to public officials to declare the access the 10 days have elapsed.
Yes.
Yeah. We're waiting for it. I told the president last time to prepare the letter. He just be laying down.
They'll go to the government get job.
They be inserting people name there. All you shall be doing from today, Mr. President. So we'll talk about that again. Nothing is working well at the Liberia Petroleum Refinery Company. Again, like the economists or the business people will say, the public is celebrating the quote-unquote drop in the price of petroleum products, but the importers are crying, and even government itself having some issue with the revenue they're really supposed to generate. Is this drop in price holistically good for the government, for the importers, and the public? These are some of the issues we'll be talking about this morning. It's a very serious issue, because if the importers get vexed and say the other product again, when finish, I'm bringing nothing here, then we're going back to crisis, because you do business to gain and not to lose.
Sure.
Yes. And again, continuing our talking points this morning, we'll remind the LTA, the commissioners again, this monthly subscription, we've been talking about it. They say Liberian people can toss only 1 week. When they finish with it, they finish, but they won't. We're holding the tech. Yeah, the last time I wanted to give up, but you gave me the hope to continue.
Not give
because
up.
If you give up, the Liberian people will give up.
Sure.
That's for a fact. So we'll come back again to remind the LTA. Since Since these institutions don't know that they have some level of social corporate responsibility to the Liberian people, they cry on them to reduce their subscription to at least 20 dollars across the board. They don't want to listen, will continue to mind the regulatory authority. Again, we're highlighting the work of the Ministry of Public Works as District 11 Cowell, Samuka Town residents are still calling for intervention, but they are this time around calling on the representative.
Yeah, Richard Kuhn.
Richard Kuhn. They
Yes.
say, since we're talking to the executive, they won't listen. Please take some of your late pay and the 6,000 they can carry on 5,800.
I'll tell you the full story of Richard Kuhn to
Eh,
residents.
and add the bottom one there can face the role for us. Yes, and again, yes, a couple of things. Some stakeholders have made their points, and I really will read one of Representative Bedete's post concerning this Supreme Court stuff, because he mentioned clearly that the Minister of Justice should stand up and use this period to interpret what the Supreme Court say, because he believed that it is somehow controversial. Because as it stand now, the majority member in sessions claiming victory, the Speaker Kofa Black claiming victory. So where we are, Liberians are hanging in the balance. That is for a fact. So yes, at 8:35 to 9 this morning, we open the lines for interaction this morning. The reason we don't want to talk much about the Supreme, I know it's a topical issue today across the country. However, we are bringing on an expert.
Yes, real expert.
Yes, we are bringing on an expert at 10 after 9 to 10 o'clock. That is 40 minutes.
Yes.
Of online conversation with veteran Liberian lawyer,
former Solicitor
General of the Republic of Liberia, Councillor Tiawan C. Gongolo. Yes, Councillor Tiawan C. Gongolo.
What did the Supreme Court say?
Yes.
Everybody is cleaning it.
So we're going to listen to Councillor Gongolo this morning from 10 after 9 to 10 o'clock this morning. We will ask him questions. The same question.
Not Serena Sifaso.
Sorry. We will ask him questions.
Did I laugh a little bit?
So that your doubts people
not Serena Sifaso.
Yes.
Today A, the SDB.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah. So Councillor Gongolo will be with us.
What did the Supreme Court say?
To provide
clear
interpretation of the Supreme Court's ruling.
Yes.
So in the midst of all, country first, like Dr. Mahamadou Bahumuya said in Ghana.
Yes, country first.
Country first.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much for the lineup, Marka, this morning. This is the Breakfast Show 961, the heart and soul of Liberia. Derek, what do you come up with your health tip now? And this job,
beeping me again.
He beeping you?
Yeah.
Someone should send Derek 3 days free call, man. Yes. So Derek is coming up with his health tip immediately. Let's hear what Derek have this morning with the health tip.
Yes, Derek, good morning.
Thank you. Good morning. Welcome back. The Deacon's son.
Yeah.
The late Baptist Deacon's son. Thank you. They say you were sick. Sorry about that. All right. Transportation sickness.
Hold on, man. Hold on, man. You heard the man is still coughing. In fact,
let me tell you, David. Despite being a journalist by nature, because in Liberia now everybody can be politician. I'm a politician. I don't let anything start like that. I told you the people announced to you that I was not well, and you are telling me say that transportation sickness. Can you interpret that? What do you mean by that?
You Supreme Court interpret.
Yes. What do you mean by transportation sickness? You mean I was not having copy or I don't get any means of movement?
Truth FM was organized or established 19 years ago.
So what?
The truth.
Okay.
This is what it's called, Truth FM.
Yeah. So what's the truth?
It simply means that people must stop misleading the public.
No, it's not misleading. You want me to cough on the radio? What do you mean by misleading?
Only misled the public saying that you were sick. That lie. No money to come to work. Look, my man, let me go to my YouTube.
All right.
Okay. Coconut water. Coconut water is a nutritional it's nutritional and medicinal. Drink it regularly, and you will get these health benefits. Number one, it helps fight diabetes. Please, those of you who are diabetic, make coconut water your good friends. Number two, it protects against kidney stones. If you have a kidney problem, drink coconut water. It helps to clean your system. Number three, it reduces the risk of cardiovascular disease, that is heart disease. Number four, it prevents high blood pressure. 5, it helps in weight loss. Number 6, it makes your skin to shine, to glow. It's very good. Number 7, it helps in digestion. But then note, boxed coconut water is good. But natural coconut water is better. When you go to the supermarket, you'll find coconut water there. It's in the boxes, those plastic papers, box papers. Is there. Yeah, I'm not saying I don't drink it. It's good. But if you can get a natural one directly from the coconut, that's the one we're talking about. It's very good. Now, when and how much should you drink? Drink 1 glass before and after meal. Before you eat your food, just drink 1 glass of coconut water. Whether it's in the morning, afternoon, or evening, just drink 1 glass of coconut water before you eat. And after eating, you drink another glass. It's good. It will help you. Now, if you have a coconut tree in your yard, like me, I got 7 trees here. Don't sit under your coconut tree and just keep drinking and keep drinking and keep drinking. Drink 1 or 2 cups daily to avoid excess intake of sodium and potassium. Just because you got a tree in your yard, chocolate, bring coconut, bring 5. You just keep drinking, my friend. You will take in plenty sodium and potassium, and that will be very bad for you. Now, here's a warning. People who have renal insufficiency or kidney failure should not, I repeat, should not drink coconut water. That is why it is important to notice the status of your body. Some of you don't even know you have kidney problem, but you just keep swallowing the coconut water. No, don't do that. You will cause more problem for yourself. Remember this. If you have not done your EKG, that the doctors call electrocardiography, or we just call it EKG, we delay back. We don't like to talk too long. If you have not done your EKG or your heart test, do it today, because heart disease is the leading cause of death all over the world. 18 million people die, about that number. 18 million die everywhere, every year from heart disease. Now, these are the 3 heart crises that you need to be very careful with. Please do your test. I'm warning you. Do your test. Number 1, heart attack. Heart attack is when the blood is not reaching your heart muscles. Oh, they can kill you. A heart attack can also kill you in your sleep. You can die in your sleep because of heart attack. Oh, yes. The next heart crisis that is very dangerous is heart failure. Heart failure is when your heart is not pumping blood properly. Be careful. It's happening to some of you. Sometimes your breath is cutting. You think it's just something normal. Be very careful. And the worst thing is that you can have both heart attack and heart failure at the same time. Oh yes, it is called mortal morbidity. Mortal morbidity is when you have 2 or more life-threatening diseases at the same time. Some of you are sitting there. Heart attack is there. Heart failure is there. You don't know. You're just sitting there. Be careful. Number 3, cardiac arrest. Yeah, and I'll come in. Cardiac arrest, that's the worst one. Cardiac arrest is the malfunction of the electricity of your heart. To make it simple for all of us who are not doctors, when your heart stops beating, you can die in minutes. I didn't say hours or weeks or days, just in minutes when your heart stops beating. Simply because when your heart stops beating, your brain will stop working. Your liver will stop working. Your kidney will stop working. Because it is the heart that pumps blood and nutrients to all of those organs. So don't let your heart stop beating. You will die in minutes. Thank you very much for the time, man. Good day.
Abbas, have a wonderful day. Abbas.
There you go. They will move on my phone. Yeah, you've been talking to me.
Yeah, there are you. The man link you with True FA.
I always love to catch you on your way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always love to catch you.
Well, the man keep on Friday. You're on Friday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, yes.
I was sleepy.
Yes, you are just sleepy boy. Let's bring in the review of the papers. What's making news from the print media this morning? This is 961 The Hot and Soft like Brother Breakfast Show. Truth FM, your favorite morning show. My name is O'Neill, along with Marka. What's making news from the print media? Yeah, someone said to me they love the theme song of the papers. Yes, it's from the motion picture Mohana. Welcome to the review of the local dailies. What's making news from the print media? Our first step have to do with the analyst. Yes, the analyst newspaper. The front page of the analyst newspaper, Monday morning, December 9, 2024, is on a newsstand for $40 Liberian. Meetings, actions, ultra virus. Supreme Court terms, majority block, maneuvers, critics, pick bones with controversial opinion. While the Chief Justice, Yana Yoy, has been captured here on the front page from the analyst. You can grab a copy and read the rest of the story. Minister of Justice implored to interpret the Supreme Court ruling with saying this. This is the district number 7. Representative Musa Hassan Bility is captured here. This time he's not holding his head. He said the Chief Justice should come up and interpret. The Minister of Justice, sorry, should interpret the Supreme Court ruling. Musa Bility is captured. Still on the front page. We will kill you if we have to. The life of the House Speaker. Have been threatened. Fanatical for life have been. They didn't get in Syria now. Yes. He received an unknown text. Someone just take a phone and text him. Them not in America to get a person. The system. That's your chase they want. It's serious though.
Yes, I've been
In a foreign country though.
I've
Trace
been
that
following
number.
that, and other
Yes.
people have got to know who that number was, whose name that number was registered. As per
Okay.
what we are seeing online, it said one Doris Pumi.
Doris.
Yeah, one Doris
We
Pumi.
will kill you if we have to. That the text is sent to Fanati Kofa. If you lead it to in Librarian, we will kill you. Unknown man threatens Kofa's lives because of his alarms. Kofa, the pictures here, he looked very scared. Yes, you have to. He's captured on the front page of the analyst. Grab a copy. Let's go to the back page. What's on the back page? The back page are from Transformation on Pair, at least on Zago. Well, the deputy says he's working. Well, the LIS has been captured. But why they have to suspend it? LIS boss Steve Zago is on the back page of the analyst. You can grab a copy. RIA renovation due. A tickling time bomb is a question mark. What's happening at the Rabat International Airport?
Yes, let's go for the newspaper. The banner headline: unconstitutional and illegal Supreme Court terms majority block activities. Well, this is what the newspaper is reporting as the lead story on the front page. Still on the front page, investing in farmers, government to establish agriculture bank. Well, I'm seeing President Joseph Boakai here at the agriculture fair at BWI in Margibi County. Still on the front page, defective universities risks shut down. Higher education body reveals robust inspection. Dr. Edward Wankayo is here. He's the executive director of the National Commission on Higher Education. We hope to have him here to come and explain more about that.
Yeah.
To the back page of the newspaper, a Shadi company to redevelop RIA. Well, this is a question mark. If you get a copy of this paper, you read details. LRS graduates 517 new officers. That's the Liberia Immigration Service. UN coordinator wants policies advanced to reflect 2030 agenda. And finally, on the back page, government begins food distribution for festive season. Is another story here on the back page of the newspaper.
I need some green tea this morning, man. Yes, the truth not too clear.
Okay.
Everyone sure I need some green tea this morning, man.
Okay.
Let's go to the front page of the New Republic, the most expensive newspaper. Look at newspaper price. Let us carry the papers up to $100, man, beginning next year. The most expensive newspaper in terms of sales is on the stand for $50 Liberian. The front page are from the New Republic. Tawan Gongolo pushes Supreme Court to the wall. Tawan Gongolo pushes Supreme Court to the wall. Petition aid for amicus Korea. Well, Tawan said Gongolo is captured, while the full branch of the Supreme Court is also captured on the front page from the New Republic. You can grab a copy and read the rest of the story. BMMC US 150,000 macro loan making significant impact to Tijan Village Saving Club and others. Well, a photo from this area in Grand Kidman County has been captured here. Grab a copy from the New Republic. What's happening to the RIA? We need to take our time, man. I'm seeing all of the papers. Government plans to hire Turkish base Barak Group for RIA renovation. What is in the deal of the renovation? Well, You can grab a copy of the New Republic. Let's go to the back page. What's on the back page? UMU Church, UMC Church, Liberia's walls deepen. Well, I'm seeing Reverend Jerry Kula is captured here on the back page of the New Republic. Grab a copy. Amen. Politics have entered the church. The one thing can settle. UMC Liberia's walls deepens. Well, grab a copy. Still on the back page from the New Republic. BMC launches cleaning up initiative is on the back page. No victors, no loser. Another sub-lead story here. Fanatic Kofa is captured on the back page this morning.
Yeah, so I'm reviewing O'Neill's Independent, the Independent.
Hey, you're right. You know what? When I started journalism, I was once a reporter.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, me and
Yes.
Kaine somewhere there. I was once
Okay.
reporter for Independent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Independent is the nation's most investigative newspaper. The Independent, on the front page, the banner headline for acting beyond Constitution, Supreme Court slaps majority block as Speaker Kofa praises the judiciary for its independence and integrity. While still on the front page, health workers give government 10-day ultimatum, threaten nationwide protest. Still on the front page, Liberia elected vice chair of ECOWAS Branca insurance scheme is another story. But the editorial of the Independent say remove street garages. Remove street garages. Yeah, the newspaper say the government should go ahead and move all the makeshift garages on the streets.
Like Ghana now.
How about being
So Ghanaville win. Street garages in Labrador, Ghanasville.
Yeah, I think I support the Independent in this editorial.
Yes.
Let's go to the but this front page here, the alpha picture surface here.
Alpha.
Yeah, the alpha fraternity. Yeah,
Okay.
the picture people been carrying it on Facebook and saying different things about it.
Okay.
But I even covered their donations before. I covered their awards program before.
Okay.
Yes, so I know about them. Yes, so on the back page, John Mahama wins Ghana's presidency again as Vice President Mahamadou Bawumia concedes defeat. Well, I'm seeing Mahama here with the Ghanaian flag waving in a victory move. Resist corruption. Justice Minister urges immigration graduates. Councillor Oswald Twe is captured right here. Boaka reignites hope for Liberia's youth. What did he do? Get a copy of this paper to read details. Bishop Choir elected president of West Africa College of Bishops. Yep.
That the Methodist bishop.
Congratulations, Bishop Choir, United Methodist Bishop.
But I could not be suspended for long.
Yeah, that does it for the Independent.
Oh, yeah. Let's go down to the Inquirer newspaper. Yes, volume 33, number 288. Well, Monday, December 9, on a stand for $40 the front page of the Inquirer. Ultra virus interpret Toss language confesses legislators. Well, it's a major story on the front page of the Inquirer. Grab a copy. As we speak this morning, the Inquirer is carrying a headline: TU suspends 15 students. But as we speak, there is an ongoing protest live in Maryland County.
I see why the protest.
Yeah. So the 15 students, you see, Inquirer is carrying it this morning, but as we speak now, there's an ongoing protest at the Tubman University in Maryland. TU students suspends 15 students. It's on the front page as a sub-lead story on the Inquirer. Grab a copy. World Bank approved 40 million for Liberia resilience. Well, it's also on the front page here from the Inquirer. Who gets RIA renovation contract? Let's see whether they get this zero. Yeah, they get this zero now. We got joints at the team here now. All the papers carrying the RIA team. Who got a kickback? Someone get kickback in the team.
And one of the papers were linking the company that they're trying to hire with former Guinean President Conde. Yeah.
But I want to let LeBron get a kickback. We got deep into this RIA thing. This big contract, nothing goes free. Who gets RIA renovation contracts? A question mark. As National Commission, Investment Commission requests MMCC Constitution. Well, the RIA, the road leading to the RIA is capture. That road don't have a light. You driving in the night, no light. Hey man, like bro, can go through something on the highway. 1 a.m., 2 a.m., no light on the road. Just the grace of God, people drive. Well, grab a copy of the Inquirer. Let's go to the back page. What's on the back page? Speaker Kofa warns against unauthorized budget hearing. Kofa warns against unauthorized budget hearing. Kofa is captured on the back page of the Inquirer. Grab a copy. Boycott call. President Joseph Boycott calls for agricultural self-sufficiency. It's a sub-lead story on the back page from the Inquirer. Enfi Ola Mayor from a friend. The work race. Enfi activates surveillance. Was It's on the back page here from the Inquirer this morning.
Yes, let's go for the Daily Observer. The Daily Observer, I agree with the Daily Observer's headline.
Okay.
The lead story says Supreme Court leaves everyone confused. Ruling in Kofa case raises questions about constitutional authority. Well, I'm seeing the entire Supreme Court building here with the wording, the temple of justice right here. Let justice be done to all. And still on the front page, Baga congratulates Ghanaian President-elect Mahama. And again, Trump advisor on Africa, HPX chairman says APML real monopoly is against U.S. strategic interests, condemns some governor of Liberia officials. Well, I'm seeing him here in a handshake with President Boakai on the front page of the Daily Observer. Vote of no confidence in next year. Executive director as aggrieved staff seek Lasana suspension and Sengwe's immediate removal from executive director position. Well, I'm seeing people with placards on the front page of the Daily Observer. Still, let's go to the back page. OHCHR boss accused of corruption. Well, this is the country representative of the Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights, Christian Mukosa, is captured right here on the back page. Finally, a Liberian Board for Nursing and Midwifery validates post-basic specialty program curriculum. Well, I'm seeing a photograph of stakeholders right here, right before the Liberian Chambers of Commerce on Capitol Hill.
Yeah, so we got two more to go. I'll do the Democratic, you do the Verity. We got to call it a day. I mean, the papers Monday morning, almost all of the publishers just produce the paper.
Especially,
Monday they can
be active. Yeah, because the news that can happen all the weekend.
The big news. So the people many will know. I'll do our show, man. Let's just do two more. You go to the Verity or maybe the Women Voices. Yes, one of them. Maybe the Women Voices. Yes, so I do the Democrat, Thomas Kamara, the late Tom Kamara, Democrat. The Democrat is going to stand for $4 Liberian. Buckeye opens National Agriculture Fair. It's a major story on the front page of the New Democrat. Well, Joseph Buckeye waves his hands. Well, on the front page, well, opens National Agriculture Fair. It's on the front page of the Democrat. Grab a copy. Investment linked to ex-Guinean. President Condi at RI18, but we'll find out who's the Liberian behind to get kickback. Anyway, yes, that's it for my end.
Yeah, so let me do justice to the Women Voices newspaper. And the lead story on the front page, it says, what did the Supreme Court say? Unpacking the ruling for clearer understanding amid different interpretations. So if you grab a copy of the Women Voices newspaper this morning, you'll read an analysis of what the Supreme Court says, the interpretation, all of that. So do yourself justice by just paying $40 to get a copy of the Women Voices newspaper together. They said unpacking the ruling for clearer understanding amid different interpretations. Well, the 5 justices of the Supreme Court bench are captured right here on the front page of the Women Voices newspaper. Still on the front page, Ghana elects its first female vice president. Professor Jen Nana Apoku Ajeman breaks the glass ceiling. Well, she's captured right here on the front page of the Women Voices newspaper.
Yes, so that does it for the review. Thank you so much. The paper is a regular feature right here on the True Breakfast Show. Monday, we took almost 15-20 minutes of our time to just bring out what is making news from the premiere. The show is brought to you by Orange and, of course, the Pan African Bank. EcoBank is proud to be associated with the True Breakfast Show. Yes, His Excellency President Boyka congratulated the newly president of Ghana, President John Mahama of the MDC. But the man who considered to John Mahama, this is what he said. And I want Liberians to listen up to this as we play this, at least for a minute. This is what the defeated vice president said to the winner of the election. This should go down to all of our politicians. Yes, let's give you a play. We'll be right back. This is the defeated vice president, right?
Yes.
Yes, let's.
And I submit to his will. I am making this concession speech before the official announcement by the Electoral Commission to avoid further tension and preserve the peace of our country. It is important that the world investor community continues to believe in the peaceful and democratic character of Ghana. These are our most important assets. Ghana is more important than our individual political ambitions. Ghana is more important than our individual political ambitions. Ghana is more important than our individual political ambitions. And we must always put Ghana first. While this was not our desired outcome, I say this is part of the democratic process.
I mean, this is very emotional,
Mhm.
very strong form. The vice president who was defeated. Well,
Yeah.
vice president. Let me get his name.
His name is
Muhammadu
Muhammadu Bahumia.
Bawumia.
Yes,
Yes,
Bahumia.
of the MPP,
Yeah.
considering defeat.
You remember one teaser from the Ghanaian Parliament
Mhm.
where they were talking about economic Maguire?
Okay, Harry Maguire.
This is the economic Maguire they were talking about in Parliament.
Okay, yes, for the MPP, yeah.
Dr. Bahumia.
Bahumia, yes. I mean, this is a very strong concession of speech he made.
They said when Dr. Bahumia was out of government, he was presenting,
Well,
analysis of the budget, of the economy. Like when he entered, he was going to change things overnight, but he
Right.
became vice
it
president.
became worse.
Say nothing. So is it the man of Maguire?
The Harry Maguire. Okay, Maguire can spoil things, but and Maguire responded to him.
Mhm.
Yeah, and but this is something that he said already goes down to my mind. Ghana is more important than any of you individual, any of us individual political game. Like, bro, let's learn, man. The oldest country in Africa, other countries are doing it. America will say, God bless America and make the country great. That's why the politician will concede defeat in an election will say. So His Excellency President Boyka congratulated. Meanwhile, so as we are saying this, when the 3 more the days are finally elapsed for the Access Declaration, guess what? You know, the radio is something very powerful. When you and Marka was saying this morning, the days of Joseph Boyka, 10 days of those who don't declare the asset elapsed. The LNCC in less than 3 minutes updated our Facebook page, said 3 more days to go. Yeah.
So that means they were not counting maybe weekend.
But then
Maybe.
but 10 days anyway. I know 3 days people will still fall in that trap. Okay, let's say 3 more days to go. So the deadline is on. Go to the LNCC website. You see it. You'll go back to President Boyka warning.
President won't go into.
But LNCC, yo, be error into this because the 10 days have gone almost 2 weeks. You know, 2 weeks to be 14 days.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But they said the deadline. Maybe like LNCC on the grace period.
So most likely they were counting working days.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. So December 12th will be the deadline for those who have not declared their asset as requested by law. The president have warned his cabinet officials. Please do so. All right. Yes. Let's move on to this LPRC thing.
Mhm.
I think it's something very important.
Yeah.
The Liberia Petroleum Refining Company. Good morning, Amos Toy. Amos, good morning. The importers are not happy. The importers, your importers are not happy. The importers are going into debts. If you say that with any importers who bring in petroleum product in Liberia, they'll tell you some of them 300,000. I mean, those of you listening up and so concerned with the Supreme Court ruling, but please listen to us at 9:10, 9:15. Teron Gongolo will interpret what the Supreme Court says, so you can hold on and listen at this time, 9:15 this morning. We'll bring on former Solicitor General Teron Gongolo. But the importers are not happy, in most way. Those who bring petroleum products in the country. Importers crying that government is not regulating the petroleum price. And that's the truth, Amos. You drive everywhere, there are no fixed price. Everybody is selling at his or her own. You see 500, 580, 6, no regulation. Importers are losing because government giving out discount. Instead of them receiving 100,000, some of them receive 5,000. They're not happy, Amos. Government regulated petroleum, they need to close up all the loopholes. There are a lot of loopholes. You see, you can buy selling at any price, yes. They may get the filling station here and they can buy a lower price. You're thinking about where this man got the gas from to come on the street. There are lots of loopholes. These people are spoiling the price. How they collect the fee? In fact, almost all the petroleum products said are in debt with the banks. Yeah, they owe in the bank. And guess what? The bank will soon put a stop to it. If the bank says, well, we're not going to give our loans because you are indebted to us. And who's benefiting? The public.
Mm-hmm.
The public is the one who's benefiting. But the importers, what are we saying? The importers, those who bring in Amos, you need to take your time and settle with your importers. Amos is so busy nowadays, Naka. The Amos store we knew back then. Amos start competing with Abu Kamara in that district 15.
Mm-hmm.
When Abu Kamara goes somewhere now, I want to bring Amos' attention back. Maybe he's splitting his track, missing his track, and come back. Well, I didn't hate you, but you're losing focus. I know you have an ambition to be lawmaker in 2029. If Abu goes spend 100,000, Amos will go spend 200,000. And this was not you, Amos 12. Yo,
Yes, again,
you're losing focus. Yes.
you remember when this whole petroleum price issue came about? I asked at the time for clarification from the authorities at LPRC, because sometimes there are different factors that affect the price system. Now you listen to we're hearing from within, especially from importers, that what is happening with the price currently is not benefiting them.
Mhm.
It is only benefiting the public. They are going into debt. Their profit margin has dropped drastically, which is affecting their businesses. So if you just want the public to get a benefit, what happens if the people say, well, the stock we have currently, once is over, we're not going to bring in new goods until
Mhm.
something can be done about the price,
Mhm.
because people do business for profit. So I mean, this is something that should be looked at critically. I know all of us want for prices of commodities to drop. Why, if it drop at the detriment of the business people and they try to hold back
Mhm.
goods? So it also, in fact, what will happen now? The price will skyrocket and become nearly uncontrollable. So
Sure.
I think we should do things in a way that all parties are satisfied
Mhm.
on the table. So if the importers are crying about their profit margin, their investment, and all of that,
Mhm.
I think they should call the attention of the government. Yes,
Yes.
they should call it. It should raise
Get the attention of the
yeah.
government. And let me just say this out. No personal thing with Amos 12, right? But President Marka is making more steps than some of the officials there. You can have petroleum price down, everybody's selling at his or her own price. The last time the Ministry of Transport issued transportation reduction, right?
Mm.
Is the drivers going by? There are a lot of things, man. Please sit with your importers. The guys are crying. They have credit here for bank, business for profit making. They're into huge debts. Maybe your intention is not there when you drive and see people selling and say, yeah, the gas price is down. So when it stop bringing, like Marka has said, our products coming into the country, what happens?
Mhm.
What happens? Yeah, man. So we're doing a call. This is a call to the LTA, the Liberia Telecommunication Authority, the LTA. I mean, a lot of great guys at commissioners down there. Some of saw it coming that one of these days that you're going to head the LTA, the Liberia Telecommunication Authority. One simple thing I'm asking you are, over the years, this country have a history. The LTA always the only side the telecommunication companies. Sometimes they even go to court and all with the cell phone companies to reduce the tariff on the calling or whatsoever it is. Liberians in general. These three satellite companies we have in Liberia, the DSTV, the Satcom, the Nanosat, they are living on profit now, man. You talk to them to reduce the monthly subscription fee very, 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 very high. Look, a police officer confessed to me on Saturday when I went to practice in Cannonsville there.
Mhm.
The guy said to me, Mama, the thing you can be talking are true. I mean, I'm a police officer. I'm gonna make. I said, don't call your salary. He said, I make less than $200. If I pay my current bill, my water bill, I recharge my DSTV, what's left there? Police talking. They ask you for the traffic session and we'll laugh about it.
Mhm.
But is this a serious? If you want what Gafon has said, that government workers will be making out less than 150, everybody should rejoice with it. Let this telecommunication to be reduced, man.
Yes.
We just keep saying that, and no one's saying nothing.
See, up to now, I have not, how you call it? Yeah, I have
Mhm.
not what you might call
You
it.
recharge.
Let me difficult talk.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, so on you, as we will transition to the calls, right?
Yes.
One more thing.
Before the call,
Yeah.
yeah, Richard Kuhn.
Oh,
Yeah, the speaker.
yes, go ahead with
My
your speaker,
man,
please.
my man is so ferociously angry with me
Okay.
Yeah, man, Bo. That's how we call Richard in Ghana's view. Bo. You go and say Richard Kunuma will ask you, say, what you looking for? Just say you're looking for Bo.
Okay.
That's a snake name. I'm just saying. But during the campaign period, this area we've been advocating for in Carwell, Samuel Cartown Road, District 11. And I'm making a prediction. That's a guy they call Countryman. Hmm?
Mm-hmm.
Richard Kun.
Name it where?
Name and Twe. Richard Kun, you take an army on E or Jordan 2029. Take this prediction from me. 2023, he went to court. They prevented him from contesting. The court stopped him because of domicile. He had not resided in the country for more than 2 years. But that guy is working non-stop. Richard Kun, good morning to you. You campaign in Carwell, in Samuka Town. Look, the reason why I'm saying this almost 2 weeks now, the road is so important. I didn't know you can use that road and go to Banga. You can use the same road and go to Louisiana, Johnsonville, Bannersville, Quebec. He reached almost close to a community called Royal Community in Carwell. You
about
want us to play it? We should play it.
I don't know. We gotta use
Is
our judgment whether we should
yes,
play it.
the video is not a good one.
Because
We just wash off the same from what's his
yes,
name, sir?
Marvin Cole,
Marvin
Representative
Cole.
Marvin Cole. A lot of people have been following it on social media. They
No
have
man,
seen it.
no, it's not good.
For me, I don't think we should play it
Let
because
quoting what he said,
in
but
my
those who don't watch it.
yes, in my opinion, will be elevating the kind of somebody the way they can call it beating of war drums. You know, Marvin Cole is saying that as of Tuesday, wherever the majority member in section sit, they will walk there and ensure that either they disrupt their activities also, and threatening that, oh, if the administration want war, we'll get them war. If they want peace, we'll get them
MPP
peace.
not afraid of it.
MPP. And in fact, folks from within the MPP have taken all of distance the party from Marvin Cole's statement.
Let's ask the question: is that a MPP style of doing things?
Yeah, is it? In fact, is he speaking
on behalf of MPP?
On behalf of MPP. Is he speaking on behalf of the NPP, the National Patriotic Party? I say above all else, the people. Okay, I think Marvin Cole should take this statement back. Representative Marvin Cole, let me attach a starter to it. But sometimes when you do certain things, it leaves people with little way to attach some title to you, because I don't know your history from the war, but I know innocent Liberian people, Liberian scholars, veterans, people who were contributing immensely to the growth and development of the country, who got hugely affected by the war. I don't know what were your activities during the war, but I think your statement is very unacceptable. Is shameful of a leader in this time of our democracy, where we've had two major transitions and other countries in our sub-region are looking up to us and saying, let's do it the way Liberia has been doing it for the past nearly 2 decades.
Yeah.
And for a man whom a small district in one county giving the opportunity to come and represent them will sit and threaten the peace of the country. I think we've reached a point where, look, they say lawmakers cannot be arrested or this and that, but there are crimes or actions for which they can be arrested and questioned. Sure. If for example, treason, if you make treasonous statements, you can be arrested and questioned. For you to make these statements of war, I think it is unbecoming of you. I know a lot of people have been criticizing you for the way you engage issues. In fact, people believe that the whole quagmire at the House of Representatives is prolonging because of your initial stance from the beginning. Your initial stance, that's what people believe. But you've come out at this point where the Supreme Court has ruled in the matter. If there are still unresolved issues,
Marka, don't waste your time. Marvin will apologize.
The rule of law is still there.
You apologize.
Okay.
I mean, some of his colleagues will not even like what he had just said.
If you are a leader and you're making these kind of statements,
it can be.
Somebody posted that there was a meeting. He held a meeting in Bon County. I think there's particular video from Bon County where they were planning to enter to wherever the majority in session.
That's gonna be that's all how the Supreme Court there.
Yes. So I mean, I think you should take it back.
Yes.
Take it back.
The worst thing about it to use your party. So MPP now will be afraid of MPP. So,
somebody telling me the National Patriotic Party is not in support of Representative
Marvin. But the man using MPP name. The man using people
trying
in front of MPP.
Trying to make MPP to say that rebel party. So MPP that rebel party. That's what you trying to say.
MPP should release.
You're not scared of war. You're not scared of violence. You're not scared of this. You will do this. You will get a country this. You will get a government that one. Where are your children?
Great. I mean, we far past that thing. I mean, that's a scare tactic. But again, let's respect the court. Let's listen up to the court, Marvin Cole. That's what you should be doing. You make the law, man. You can't be doing this. This is unfair, man. This is unfair. Anyway, let's get some calls coming in this one on the breakfast show. 910, 915 will bring on former Solicitor General, former presidential candidate, Telon Gongolo. What did the court say? So I had to interpret it. Misinterpretation. He's a legal expert, but let's get the lines activated. 0777-285-961. This is the Truth Breakfast Show. My name is O'Neill, along with Marka. Take this criticism constructively. Look, that dude at the RI will need to find up. Yes, who is behind it? Let's get the lines activated.
Yes, again 0777-285-961, 0770-202-579, the female line. That's 0770-202-579. Good morning.
Good morning, Marka.
Mm.
First of Joseph B. Nime and Apostle Marka to be precise on Antonio Were Avenue. First, before I get there, I want to say, through the voice of Mr. Anthony Were, and for the people of Mamba, I want to say good morning to the President of the Republic of Labrador, the best ever in the history of the Republic of Labrador, the 26th President. Well, good morning, Daddy. And on your point, Marka, you see today, on New York City today, we are spoken to understand the interpretation of the Supreme Court because of Josiah Marvin Cole and Frank Safoko and yet come back. These are the people that make us to be in the state of Daliman today. Because of the perception trying to the peace and democracy in this country. Marvin Cole is a person who is full of from the train against so we know him. Frank Safoko is a man who trained.
I'm not accusing people of anything that's not right. Just speak to it. Don't accuse them of things that you can prove, please.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Yeah.
let's let it go. Good morning. We are just telling him his statement are not right.
Let's see if we can pick up veteran journalist Joe Notwa Wonder. Joe, morning.
Morning, Odeo, and to your colleagues, my kingsmen.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, I've been following you guys religiously because through being my alma mater, I thank God for the spirit that will live there. And you guys are, that spirit I enter into you. To speak the truth to power, to say those things that are very much relevant. Now, my issues that you guys raised this morning had to do with the media that included in the national budget. Remember, we have member of the fourth estates of the realm. Where in the world, all that we had done, they refuse to give us that. Look, I'm prepared to debate those of our brother who says that they are against it. That will be compromised. Joe, what I can tell you, I can never be compromised. And you all know it. I got my principles and ethics that drive me in this thing. So I want you to please open the corridor. Allow us to come there. Give us no 30 minutes. That would debate it because we need to be included.
Okay.
Into the budget. So please, I look up for that challenge to be thrown into the media landscape.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Maybe we'll do it before the sauna.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Morning. Morning.
Okay, this is Mike Timban, and I'm calling from station number 3, Puebla specifically. When you let's say good morning to you and Marka TV, and thanks so much for the issue raised this morning. I admire those issues a lot, strictly to what we want for this country to get better. But you see, some people just feel that they are more than Nigeria. Especially when I watched the video early this morning, 4 o'clock, on Representative Marvin Cole of Bond County. I was so astonished. Why can we so astonished? What state is to include a decent political party, the NPP, into what he said? It's what really got me so surprised. You cannot come doing for your political fighting at the Capitol building, and you come and bring a whole political party that even the motto says above all the people's press. To come and say they are not a federal war, so it means that you are attaching NPP to a war, to be a war political party. I think it's very unfortunate. And sooner or later, NPP, a decent political party, will soon come up with an official statement to debunk what Representative Marvin Cole has said, and which is demeaning and defeating the character of a good political party. Thank you so much this morning.
All right.
Okay, thank you. More calls 0770-202-579, 0777-285-961. Good morning.
I mean, you're not doing well for us. We'll let you go off the line.
Cut off your radio, please.
Sorry, I think I'm late already.
Go ahead.
For security, let me not call money.
Oh, okay, no problem. Go ahead.
The issue of government need to give attention to that place.
Okay.
Look, sometimes people feel that say, oh, experience. The person is professionally understand the place. And all old people useful. They are some wasteful old people. All right, look there. I mean, when they stay in the past government, workers are grieving over there. Grieving.
In the month of October, it was July pay that came in October. I mean, July. It mean in August. Me, July pay came in October. It mean November. August pay came. And you say, guys, he says people experience that. Have you ever seen in the world your petition into a terminal building? You guys need to go on the scene and do some study. Now, the new breed will just send them back and they are making continuous effort to teach, but they are limited. So no go struggle to that place. Just struggle. You got people retire, the other person now go. The person now go whack on your james or the family you don't go and retire. The NBC now go why? People are agreeing with that. No teachers there. Those people just don't do the key. They are disconnected because you say you got someone who been saying for a long time. Know it. Let me say again, there are some old people that they are not useful, they are useless.
I mean, it's okay.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
so yeah, we'll follow up the RIA thing.
You get
a lot is happening. We have people not getting paid at the RIA. Well, both members are getting a monthly pay. Yes, go ahead.
Good morning. Morning, go ahead.
This is Matthew calling from Marshall Highway.
Okay.
This is my first time calling. I've been listening to you for 10 years, and my first time calling today.
Thank you.
To my opinion, I think that it's necessary to deserve the legislator. Calling to into a different way. So to my opinion,
that is another branch of government.
I don't know. We'll study
that is another branch of government.
I don't know where is the possibility. But thank you. That's your opinion. I know you are emotional. That's why you are speaking that way. Good morning. Okay, so yes, the female call and tell your own was 0770-202-579-07778-5961 to this caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Brother Marka.
Morning.
This is Brother G. Last word calling from Kingsley.
Mr. Warity, how are you this morning?
Get God the glory, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
One good concern I have, the statement people say the law is the law. When do we think the law is the law? When the law is being broken down on a little man out there, no one says the law is the law. When they are violation, no one says the law is the law.
The little man can be scared to go to the law sometimes, that's why.
Don't defend the law. No, we are fighting because the law is the law. We are fighting the man, defend the man. Don't mean the law is the law. Don't pick and choose and want the law. And that's an oppressive. I mean, nothing is not so in the present. No one said the law is the law. They may have some 2 hours to get so far. So the law is the law. It's only interest-driven. You look at people only appreciate it's interest-driven. So it showed me sometime when yes, the law is the law. The law is being violated all over. Nobody runs after it. Nobody says when it comes to you who have power, the law is the law. That's my everybody's mind to say that at least. What I would say sometimes the law is there, but to say education is the common sense.
Okay, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Marka only. Let's go on to many listeners. This is boy, Mr. Discussion from this shit.
Now we don't want you can be bluffing at that. You know the.
Without infusing to our leaders, our state leaders, is giving us the authority to move the country forward. Let bygone be bygone. Let the differences only employees cannot move the country forward. We are going to the resisting for the Christmas season. Parents need to take things to buy things for their children. But to learn the country, there is no understanding. We just appeal to the honorable speaker. We are appealing to the battle speaker already. The one I'm also speaker you want already. Let them find a holistic niche
to settle this case. We voted then for them to lost the country, not for their own interest. Because now they should put in a political interest first and move the country forward. It's a continuity. How can we trust them again? How can we wait for them into power 2029? We cannot do this for all common things. We're supposed to see out there that we will sacrifice power. Look at what happened in Ghana. Look at what former president we had. Why some of them cannot play that leadership role? Why they cannot do that?
Okay. What about them?
Yes, let's pick two more calls. We're trying to see if we can get Councillor Tawan Gongolo shortly. This is TBS 961, the heart and soul of Liberia. Oh my God, so many passwords.
Okay, what on you?
But they're going to be there. So many passwords on the phone. Good morning.
Good morning, O'Neill and Marka, and this is Melton Yoko, the people's representative in waiting for 2029.
Okay, you get money, you get money, you get money.
I call you from District 6, Mosorado County, I call you from my resident in my very cool, comfortable zone, King Grace. This morning I've come to the platform to ask my colleagues at the Capitol Building, my senior comrades at the Capitol Building, to resolve issue so that they can come together and work the right way. I know it's going to be difficult, but let somebody drop the ego and then come to the right side. Send a code that said that for the cover.
In the Samuel Koga voice, what is here on Friday? As far as I'm concerned, Fonati Kofa is former speaker. He's out.
So I think Koga too would not feel good if we were making former representative by just grouping ourselves and then say we don't want him anymore. Honorable Koga wants to be senator, so he starts to say these things. Some other
How you know?
How you know? The man be real. The man say he won't speak to that.
You know that he cannot be senator easily because he cannot be fighting when there is no way for our children to get a school fee. Right now, my father is a teacher, even though I'm not depending on my father. But my father is a teacher. He needs to take a pay, and there are other businesses. Everything has just come to a momentary standstill because there's a crisis in our House of Representatives. I heard that the majority bloc will be discussing the budget tomorrow. I want to see where this country is leading. So
it will also be discussing the budget. Yeah, we'll be discussing the budget as media too. Yeah, we'll discuss the budget tomorrow morning. Yeah.
We need people. We need to do the right thing. We need to support the law because it is the law that we will go to. So I'm on the side of Fonadikofa. I will keep supporting Fonadikofa, even though now that his friends are saying they don't want him, he can decide as an individual to say he want to resign.
Okay.
But I think the right thing should be done. We will continue to support Honorable Fonadikofa to stay for a ground so that we can reach the rep. Because tomorrow it will happen to me. I'll be represented by 2029. Who knows? If they might be the president for this nation.
Meta, I see you, man. Meta, I see you. Yeah, me, well, that's how, but we just respect the rule of the law. That's all. Yeah, so as a lawmaker, we'll discuss the budget. The media too will discuss the budget tomorrow morning before they start. We'll start our own tomorrow morning, discuss the draft budget.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. This is Fatu calling from Fena.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you guys in studio. My attention has been due to the speakership. You know, Labra is already dragging.
The speakership is shaking. Are the speakership shaking on the sea?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we the already dragging Labra already laying one side. Then we the Labra we don't want to put him on all this thing that the lawmaker are bringing. Today you vote for speakership, tomorrow you remove. Today you bring, so we don't want to put him on it. We begging you people, whatsoever you're thinking of, will you please with me? Leave in Fonati Koba in blue for 6 years. We begging you people because I'm already dragging. So we're not support that. Every day you bring speaker, you remove me. We don't want it that way. So you already begging it with your so that she begging for Fonati Koba.
I like that statement.
Okay.
Some of you, I like the statement. Yup, we been with somebody represented already.
We just see that election. Then when you watching show,
thank you so much. I like that. I like that. Seriously. They see where we bury where you're burying into. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
My name is
Yes. That
I want to
Jara Dakwana listener. The lady who just left the land say the same way we bury the representative in a various district, their constituents
They're doing
bury with
nothing.
them, they should bury with the speaker too.
okay, my contribution is that I want to speak to President Marka.
Okay.
I think the whole House of Representatives, that guy, he is speaking when the tone of his voice is too low. What I mean is that we saw more earlier, other executive appointees that very people the majority group. Like, see a low turnout to see that the people are recognized. But let it be as bold as anyone in the case of Ellen Tyler. You know, as the former President Sally said, she could not work with Tyler. So President Marka and some people have spoken. Everything is there on hand. If you recognize the majority, just said these are the people that I want to work with. All the noise requires that. Thank you.
But that would be interference in legislative affairs, oh, by another branch of government. You don't think so?
I don't think so. Everybody to intervene, they are eventually intervene.
But the parties to the conflict have been calling on the president to intervene.
The Liberian people have been calling the president to intervene.
Okay.
The former speaker for Nantico was criticized for his intervention. What did he do? Just have to be an intervention. Let someone and speak.
Okay, thank you, Jala. Good morning. Oh, good morning. Morning.
Morning.
Your last sounding a little bit bad, oh. Just adjust a little bit.
Hello?
Yes, it's fine. Go ahead.
Okay. So you should know that born at those days. When you used to go in house, just because of one person and drag the entire family. So go at those days. You know, I'm going to be honest with you people. These are the people that really make the tension on the day the whole thing started. From the way they handle things. One of the speaker was there to say things who we wait. Some of them they were there, they didn't handle for him. And so then you see why yeah, say no.
Okay, yes. You just slip up. Can we? You trying to
Yes, let's go for a commercial break. Then we'll come back. Thanks for all of your calls. Thank you so much. And serious attention needed at the Raffles International Airport. I'm hearing that workers have not gotten their salaries for the last 2 months. Yes, so the president needs to get attention to the RIA, but we haven't Councillor Tewan Gongolo with us on the line just right about now.
Oh, okay.
Yes, with no time to waste.
Council is here.
Yeah, Council is live mobile phone. You can tap that on. So what did the code say? We'll be talking a lot this morning with Councillor Tewan Gongolo, former Solicitor General, former presidential candidate, former president of the Bar Association. That's one title, Councillor. Yes, Councillor, good morning. Hearing us, morning.
Some more.
Okay, how many titles are left out?
A member of the West African Public Interest Lawyers Association, a live governing member of the African Bar, and recently I was admitted into the order of Senior Council of Liberia, which I consider more important, along with the Chief Justice, Joseph Wolokoli, Councilor Siri Jones, and many other legal luminaries. So that's why I am, and then I teach law in the 2 law schools in Liberia.
Yeah, so
former aide to
Dr. Emma Sawyer, former aide.
Yeah, I'm an expert in peace processing like you. I attended almost all of them.
The man who told that the president don't sleep, but the president is what? He said indisposed. Councillor, good morning. We have to wait for your class because it is at the Louis Aldo Grand School of Law. We have to wait for your 8 o'clock class to end.
Was carried by the issue of the day because the students wanted to know, you know, what would happen last night on Spoon TV and all that, and of course that's part of awareness creation. So yes, we spent a good number.
Great. So out of the class, we're away from the classroom. You live on the national network, Truth FM, the voice of Tewan Gongolo. You're about to listen to for the next 40 minutes on Truth FM, across the 15 counties live this morning. Council, it's a pleasure to have you on the True Breakfast Show with O'Neill and Marka this morning. Thank you very much. It's my pleasure. Is also
an obligation for all of those who have information to help inform the public and to educate the public. And thank you for providing that opportunity.
Great. So we're going to be going bit and pieces, like you always do in your classroom lecturing. And this is very important because the ordinary man on the farm is listening and thinking about what is happening on River the rigmarole. Why should we respect our constitution? Why the rule of law should be respected? You care to tell us this morning?
You know, if you don't have respect for rule of law, there will be chaos. I always say, politics is based on how people feel, and there's no clear rule on how people should conduct themselves. So the only thing that creates stability in politics is the existence of law. So I teach a course at the University of Liberia at the Blue Underground School of Law. Is a new course called Law and Politics, and it shows that law is supreme, is superior to politics. And if you practice politics without the control of law, it will lead to chaos and instability. And there has to be order in society for politics itself to be practiced, for people to exercise their political rights. So, and the biggest law in any country, like our country, is the Constitution of the Constitution. And the Constitution of Liberia is the mother of all laws. It is higher than laws made by the legislature. It's higher than how people feel. It's higher than the president of the country. It's higher than any other activity or action or laws passed in our country. So what we are talking about now is the Constitution trying.
Well, Council just got
Also
off.
drop off.
Yes. Council went off the line,
Yeah,
and I'm
Council, you
going
gotta
to.
come back.
Yes, I'm going to do that.
Yes.
Yes, let's we can give you a call back
Mhm.
live. I think it's very important.
Yeah.
Is this Council calling me on line 2? This is your private number you're calling me on. Council, is that you? Oh yes, sir. I'm sorry. I mean, I mean,
Yeah.
you can't do this. I'm sorry about that. Yes. Let's see who can get Council at Taiwan Gongola back. Please, those of you trying to call me, you have to stop doing so. Yes. So let's we can go back and speak with Councilor Taiwan Gongolo, respecting the rule of law. I think he's trying to call back, and I'm trying to call, so we have to wait for a few seconds because he's calling back. I'm calling
Mhm.
back. Look for a due picture for Councilor and put it
Yeah.
up, man.
I'm finding one.
Yes.
I'm trying to find one for Council.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Let me see if I can try and call back now. Difficulty, stop calling me, man. You're not illegal, man. Why are you calling? Yes, Councilor Abdul, it's great to you back. Yes, you live on now. It's not my phone. Okay, it's your phone or not my phone.
We gotta call him back.
Yes, that difficulty trying to hack in the system. Sorry, go ahead.
The president's friend.
Yeah, the president friend, other president, you see the president here. Yeah, let's go ahead. We're talking about respecting the Constitution. Why should you respect the rule of law? We got interrupted.
If they want to have order in any country, the law. In a village, you have to have law to control. They have ordinances in a village. Don't do this. So on don't light fire during the day because you could burn the Taj house and all that. They have these rules. So in any country is the Constitution, especially for a constitutional democracy like ours, that the supreme law of the land, the highest law of the land, and every activity in a country is controlled by it. Anything that goes against it is not law. All right? It's not law. And so, like I was saying, to exercise political rights, to practice politics without control of the law leads to chaos, instability, and confusion in a society. So that's why all citizens should say what the law say on this issue. That's the thing that controls.
They should be asking now, what did the law say? What did the law say?
What did the law say on this one? Anything you want to do, what did the law say on this one? If they say the law say they want that good, then follow it. For example, the law says the Supreme Court is the highest court of the land. When you come with that God you go to. So when you get the judgment case, and the Supreme Court say you get 15 houses in our compound, but the land not for you, is for your opponent, and your opponent decides, but because of the judgment of the court, to bring Caterpillar and break all 15, you just stand there and be crying. Nothing you can do because of what the law says.
The enforcement officer always tell the ordinary people the ignorance of the law is no excuse. This is a saying that we hear every day. The ignorance of the law is no excuse.
Not true. You don't know the law. Is I didn't know the law. You are supposed to know it. Every citizen, every resident in this country is supposed to know the law. So they find out, oh, I didn't know when you do the one that then you finish breaking the law is not an excuse. Sorry you didn't know it, but you are in violation. Because somebody's right is affected by your violation. Yeah.
Yeah, so council, let's go to the issue at stake. As we're reviewing the local dailies, there were different formation of news airlines. Others saying the Supreme Court ruling left the country in suspense, confused the population. Others say congratulations to Cooper. Other people say, well, the Supreme Court left room for the majority bloc court to continue to do what they are doing. So there's this confusion to even the extent that one of the lawmakers, Representative Bility, is calling on the Justice Ministry to come and provide clarity on this ruling. But to the understanding of you as the luminary, the Liberian people want to understand, what does the Supreme Court mean by the ruling?
The Supreme Court said any meeting that does not conform to what Article 33 and Article 49 say is ultra virus. That big word means is unauthorized, which means it's illegal. I think many people expected the Supreme Court to use the word is unconstitutional, but that's exactly what it means when it says it is ultra virus. It's not authorized. So what the 49, Article 49 say that the House of Representatives should elect a speaker and a deputy speaker and other officers for a period of 6 years. For those the speaker and the deputy speaker can be removed for cause by 2/3 majority of the House of Representatives. Now, in this case, those who want Kofa to be removed do not have the 2/3 majority. And they said, and they were asking their friends to join them. And the other lawmakers said, we don't agree with you, we will not join you. And they said, all right, but then like grumble. If you don't join us, and you put have the simple majority to conduct business, then there will be a statement. It will just be like that. But that's now the law that they took an oath to obey, to defend, to promote, and execute. If the law is not in your favor today, you do not have the number, then do more work. I have told many of the lawmakers on the quote-unquote majority bloc that, look, human behavior is not static. There are some people who, Speaker Kofa may offend tomorrow, 1 week later, 2 weeks later, a month later, and they might just come to you and say, if you still have your 43, gentlemen, ladies, we are ready to join you. Because truthfully speaking, if those who are opposed to Representative Speaker Kofa had the majority, the 2/3 majority, they would have gone to section and removed him. They would have had a case against him heard and they would have removed him. But because they don't have the number, does not mean that they should block the legislative process, which is what they are doing now, undermines the Constitution of Liberia because it should be a smooth operation. Now, what do they mean? What does the Constitution mean in the absence of the Speaker, the Deputy will act? If the Speaker is out of the country, the Speaker is sick, for some reason, the Speaker who are not being removed cannot come to section, then the deputy speaker will act so that the House activities continue unhindered. Now, the Supreme Court said that law, if the conduct of the House is not consistent with that law, with the speaker presiding in any meeting that is ultra virus, that means it's unconstitutional, is not consistent with Article 49. Article 33 says if the House does not have quorum, it may meet. It doesn't have to meet, but it may meet and then join because it cannot conduct business. But the next action is for that lower number to compel the absent members to appear. Obviously, it meant that there will come a time in Liberian history that majority of the members of the House will be absent. Because if you have quorum, then there's no need to compel. So that law was made again to enable the House of Representatives to continue operating. Now, who compels? The only law enforcement officer in the House of Representatives is the Sergeant at Arms. And the Sergeant at Arms should be able, by instruction of the Speaker, to go fetch for the absent members and bring them until by the time you get quorum, you don't need to compel anybody anymore because you cannot conduct business. This thing has happened in other countries. The number of persons now is unprecedented. We have not had a situation like this. Because in other situations, speakers have resigned. But I think Speaker Kofa did well. For the Supreme Court now to look at this issue and say, no, we have jurisdiction to deal with every dispute that comes from any branch of government. And this one, we have jurisdiction with. That the first clarity for the Liberian people. The other thing is, there is no confusion. The Supreme Court said, if your action is not consistent with Article 49, which means a meeting presided over by the Speaker, and if the Speaker is absent for some reason, the Deputy Speaker, then that meeting is against the law, is ultra virus. If you are not going to meeting under Article 33, you don't have a quorum, you can't do any other thing except to make you to go to that session, because the fact that Article 33 does it mean that Article 33 does not recognize any other forum for a meeting except the one presided over by the Speaker. The Supreme Court has said that there's no confusion there, because the Supreme Court was called upon by Kofa to say what the law is on this issue. Now, somebody is calling a justice minister. The justice minister will not say anything because the justice minister came to court and said, look, you know what happened? The only time the justice minister can come to this court to talk about legal issue is when the constitutionality of a statute is raised. It's under Section 5.64 of the Civil Procedure Law. In this case, it is not constitutionality of an act that is being questioned. It is constitutionality of the conduct of some lawmakers that is being raised here. So, Justice Ministry got no future fry in this one. Justice Ministry left. So, the Justice Ministry can say that before the Supreme Court. It will not say that to any ordinary person. All right? Because it had refrained from dealing with that issue in the Supreme Court, the highest court of the land. So those who are calling, they didn't follow what the Justice Ministry said before the Supreme Court. Justice Ministry will not let them just follow what the Supreme Court said. And I was just saying to people students in my law school, in my law class, that the majority law makers who are out, and there's no word like that in our Constitution, they are absent. The appropriate name for them is absentee members of the House of Representatives. They may be, and if they are in minority in that issue, because the city will have quorum. I call them lawbreakers, not lawmakers. Dissident members of the House, because they are not acting in accordance with the law, they are on the wrong side. They would like for to create this confusion, but there's no confusion there. They are even making former President Weah to look much better than they are, because President Weah almost won election. That 1%, he said, okay, I will abide by that. They almost got the number to remove the speaker, but they don't want to abide by that. Go back in the House under the gavel of the presiding officer recognized by law, and keep making your point, persuade your friends. Maybe you have the vote. That's the only legal way. You know, there's a country of law.
So, Councilor Gonklo, let me bring out some of the issues they've been using as their reliance, if I may say. Now, the first thing is that when the speaker was away, they said they have drew the resolution. They were going to section to act where the deputy speaker will have presided. They said some members of the House disrupted legislative function by locking the chambers and not allowing legislative business to be done that day. So they were left with no option but to read their petition. They believe that was the breach, the due process they thought to do. That was the first breach of the due process. I think they went ahead to suspend these lawmakers that they accused of obstructing their function that day. Now, the next thing is that they declared vote of no confidence, stating that they cannot sit under the authority of the speaker because they believe he's conflicted, they believe he's corrupt, they believe he took some unilateral decisions that he was not supposed to take on his own, including assigning members to regional parliaments. Now, the next thing is when they declare the vote of no confidence, they now went in the joint chambers. They believe that once they have quorum, that is the plenary, and the deputy speaker presided, they consider the speaker to have been absent saying he was not in plenary, where they have moved because they already said that they are not working with him anymore. So, and they said that they set up a committee to investigate. The committee said they launched the investigation, invited the speaker a couple of times, which according to them is in line with the due process. The speaker did not show up for the investigation. The 6 lawmakers who filed the complaint went. So the committee issued what else you call it, default judgment, and it was based on that the speaker was removed. So you think these trends are not due process?
The Supreme Court has spoken. All of those issues were raised and argued before the Supreme Court. So I don't want us to really get on radio. What we are trying to do is to make the public understand. I can't go into that. All of those issues are raised even more eloquently than you have stated. And the Supreme Court said, any meeting outside the ambit of Article 49 and 33 is ultra-virus, is unauthorized. So those meetings you're talking about were unauthorized according to the Supreme Court opinion. If somebody engaging in disorderly conduct, there is a country of law. Police should have been informed to arrest people and all of that. You know, that's not one of the areas where the lawmakers have impunity. They say even breach of public peace is a condition for a lawmaker to be arrested. So somebody, instead of taking the law into hand or acting the way you want to act, if there was breach of the peace, if there was obstruction of government function, all of these are crimes, are offenses on our law. Somebody should have, but not choose a path that is not authorized by law, that is ultra-virus.
Well, again, you like you mentioned clearly, the Supreme Court has said whatever that is done or that was done not in conformity with the
Because it's not done at all. Yeah.
Well, it
out of the so-called majority action is null and void ab initio from the beginning, because we're not done in conformity with Article 49 and Article 33. There's no other way to, you know, I keep saying law is not made for the convenience of anybody or not for the moment, not for quick fix, not for expediency. The law is the law. Nobody can change it. And that is what we want our citizens to understand.
Yes, so I know even if I ask this one, we'll still go back to the issue of actions not being in conformity with these articles. Yeah, that is clear. But this is what one of the arguments members of the quote unquote majority bloc that you are referring to as, I don't know whether you say renegade lawmakers. Yeah, yeah. So they said this. They said these are the things that Councillor Kofa and his team prayed for before the Supreme Court. One, that the convening of the majority bloc purported or was illegal, or they were convening an illegal plenary. They asked the Supreme Court to declare that unlawful. They also said that they using illegal plenary to unconstitutionally suspend members of the House. They also illegally restructure and reconstituted statutory committees. And according to them, these specifics, the Supreme Court did not rule on them specifically. For example, to say for the fact that you went to convene a special section outside of the main chamber, that action is unconstitutional. For the Supreme Court to also say that removal that you did of the speaker is unconstitutional, go back and start from where you have been. They believe that that was the kind of clear-cut ruling they expect from the Supreme Court, but to just leave all in bundle and say any action that is that does not conform with Article 33 and 49 ultra virus. I think what do you think? You think this is causing some confusion in the minds of the public?
No, it is a confusion created out of ignorance, the promotion of ignorance by some members of the public, some members of the House of Representatives. But the law is clear. It didn't go their way, and because it didn't go their way, they are trying to create confusion. But no attempt to create confusion will succeed. You know what they are doing is actually undermining the Supreme Court in terms of trying to undermine the effectiveness of the decision of the Supreme Court. The court does not have to go detail count by count. They take the main issue. If they say, if you don't do this, anything you did is illegal. They don't have to say the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you did it, they don't have to count it. All right? They don't have to. So the Supreme Court is very clear. And if the Supreme Court had said the actions of the other group of lawmakers whose action became the subject of the petition before the Supreme Court was authorized, they would have been celebrating. They would have said everything we did is correct. The Supreme Court has said so, but they are trying to confuse the public because the Supreme Court said every other action without naming the action that will not done consistent with Article 33 and Article 49 is unauthorized, you know. So because of that, this is a kick, tough kick of a dying horse. That issue legally is over. The rest of it now is politics, but it has to be politics in conformity with the law. In the end, they will have to resolve this issue consistent with Article 33 and Article 49. That's all the Supreme Court is saying. It doesn't have to speak the language that they want.
Yeah. So let me ask. I know we'll still come back to this same thing. This is a concluding paragraph in the ruling that is the point of discussion, where it says, wherefore, in view of the foregoing, any sittings and actions by members of the legislature not in conformity with the intent of Articles 33 and 49 of the Constitution are ultra virus. Hence, members of the House of Representatives are to conduct themselves accordingly. Now, you say any action or sitting. Now, somebody will argue and say, well, the Supreme Court said any action or sitting. It did not say the action of this group of lawmakers. So, I mean, what do you say about that?
There are two groups of lawmakers in the court. One headed by the Speaker, and the other one headed by Honorable Kuhn. And one was arguing for respecting Article 33, and Article 49. And the Supreme Court agreed or went further to explain to say that Article 33 and Article 49 are the controlling laws for the conduct of the House of Representatives when it comes to the issue of removal, when it comes to the issue of conducting business. Anything other than that is illegal, it's unconstitutional. That word was not used, but ultra virus means exactly that. So the Supreme Court does not have to be as detailed as some people want it to be.
All right.
So, as someone who teach law, someone who has studied law for more than 30.
I mean, you're right. You're right about that.
On this, not the, but on the separation of powers. In 1999, I've been writing. Way back 1999, I wrote in the Democracy Watch Journal on Liberia's experience with the separation of powers.
Council, the majority bloc, we mean define that they're not going to go the Supreme Court way. In fact, they believe the ruling is in the field. What happened next, man? They consider Kofa as former speaker already. What happened next?
And they are planning to proceed with budget hearing beginning today.
And the way to do it is for the president of Liberia not to deal with the so quote-unquote majority group. Because if he does, it will be undermining his own government. It will be undermining the integrity of the arrest agenda, which is based on rule of law. And I don't, any of his ministers or officials of government that appeared before.
We had two of them already for appearing before the majority bloc already.
They are, and if the president really believes in rule of law, they should be fired. If our president, I'll fire them. Because we have to let the law in this country be respected by everyone. Not just the ordinary people. If the Supreme Court rules and say the 50 houses in this community are on some other land, and therefore the 50 houses are owned by the president, and the president take Caterpillar the next day and bring them down, all the only thing the residents will do, they will just cry. But the court has spoken. And if the ordinary people in this country can obey what the court says, I don't see why people who have a higher responsibility as lawmakers to respect the law would be defying the law. High-headedness does not bring you anything. This is not a jungle where the strongest survive. So they're going down in history as defying lawmakers, and their children will shamefully read that. Go against you, and you decide, I don't care what you say, we'll do what we want. That's promoting impunity. There's no place for promoting impunity in a country government rule of law. They are just wrong.
So,
what will stop 48 members of the House who are short of one member to remove a speaker tomorrow? Assuming that Kung, for example, is and become the speaker if they successfully remove Kofa. And then they say, oh, we don't want Brian here. That don't committee one. They don't want one. They don't want one. Of course, you will be a hostage of those who are put into power. And then they say, oh, but then we want a man. For the income, we are in majority. Greater majority than 43. What will happen? They will use this as a precedent. So it will create instability. It will undermine the effective functioning of our government. And promote underdevelopment in this country because if you are an investor in Europe or America right now, you don't want to come to Liberia with this kind of thing because the House is part of the legislature that must approve investments, the agreements that should oversee the functioning of the various areas in government, many of them looking at the key sectors for opportunity construction and development. This thing they are doing.
So, council, yes, the future of Liberia Council. Where are we heading as a people, as a country? The oldest in Africa, man. The U.S. government, the embassy, the last time said, respect the rule of law. Where are we heading, man? The oldest country. Where are we heading?
Already these people have lost their position because I know in 2029, the majority must rule whether irrespective of whether they violate the law or not, or whether they act in the interest of the country. The Liberian people will kick all of them out in 2029 because what they're doing is against the interests of Liberia. You know, this is a country of government, rule of law. And I read history a lot. Do you know that the legislature, House of Representatives, is the oldest House of Representatives in Africa?
Mm.
Yes. The entire legislature is the oldest in Africa. It's the oldest branch of government in Liberia. When we gained independence on July 26, 1847, we had no government. The first body that was created was the legislature and was installed into office, the took oath of office on August 3rd, 1847. Then they conducted the held election. When they organized the election, Joseph Junior Rawls participated in the election in October. When he won, he was installed into office on January 3rd, 1848. By that time, the legislature are already in power, have been in power for many months. It is after Joseph Junior Rawls became president that he appointed Samuel Benedict, our first Chief Justice, and other justices and judges of the other justices of the Supreme Court and judges of the Supreme Court, so that the oldest, branch of government, they should be more mature than any branch of government in Liberia and in the whole of Africa because they have history of conducting legislative business. They have not looked at that, and what they are doing now is unprecedented. It didn't happen in the 1800s. It didn't happen in the 1900s. Why do they want to put this kind of history on their family names?
Okay, so as we speak, there's a tension building at the Capitol building already. So that's why I'm asking you. There's a serious tension. Police will have to appear on the ground of the Capitol building. Why are we heading out of the country?
Preach of peace is the ground for arrest of any lawmakers under the Constitution of Liberia.
So, Councillor Gonglo. Okay, Councillor Gonglo, since you just minutes ago mentioned the issue of political consequence, which you said they will be voted out in 2029. What do you say to people who believe that since Speaker Kofa believes he has won the this issue based on the Supreme Court's ruling, that and also for the fact that he doesn't have the confidence of more than 40 members of the House, that he should just celebrate his judicial victory and just step aside and allow them to lead? What do you say to that?
I don't have an opinion in that, but you have to be careful not to promote impunity. You could also go down in history negatively for that, for yielding to impunity and then creating a condition for that to be a precedent.
Council, remember, this is not the issue of the legislature is not 100% pure legal. You know, there are political interplays as well.
They do politics, but I still maintain the view that politics is controlled by law. Politics is controlled by law. So the thing is, yeah, he could resign. That is left with him, but I don't think that would be a good decision because he will be promoting impunity. He will be yielding to impunity.
Council, you want to be president, or you got to leave room for political maneuvering when you become president. You'll not be 100% legal.
Well, I worked with president for 4 years. I know how to maneuver and how to create that kind of confusion. So this other unprecedented negative conduct in the governance of our country, we have to stand together resolutely as a whole country to say we are against impunity. We are against acting in violation of the law. Every citizen in this country should actually be taking action against the majority of black and saying, some of us were supporting you, but since the court has spoken, follow the law and wait for another time. Because the court has spoken. That's the last place for resolution of dispute.
Okay. So, Council, what do you also say to some members of the Speaker's bloc who have been making threatening statements, including Representative Marvin Cole, who we are even seeing on live video here with a group of people? I don't know what are their intent. Anyway, I'm seeing the police there.
That is the public law. If you make terroristic threat, you should be arrested and be made to account for terroristic threat. This country is a country of law. Nobody should engage in obstruction of government, undermining law enforcement, anything that affects the peace and stability of this country, I think that we have law for chapter 12 of our penal code has everything about promoting and defending the integrity of government in this country.
Control, as you speak, I'm watching a couple of live for the Capitol building. This thing is going to drag for a very long time, and I mean, it's not good for our country, man. I mean, it's not good for our country. The both sides are not listening. The president should come out. Should the president come out and say something and intervene in this matter? This is going to drag for a very long time.
I say that if the president start acting consistent with the law of Liberia and not letting politics to dominate his action, there will be solutions. Some people will yield in favor of the law for now. But if he seems to be ambivalent, then he will be perpetuating the confusion. And at the end of the day, if this government collapses or anything happens, this government does not perform, then history will judge him harshly. They'll say, under whose government did things go out of control? They say President Joseph Parker's government. That's not good for him.
All right. Okay, let's get some calls up. The army is there to protect the land and the constitution. Am I right or wrong? The army, the gallant men of the armed forces of Liberia, they are there to protect the land and the constitution. Am I right or wrong?
They are there to protect the territorial integrity of Liberia, and they are the highest security entity for our country. But I beg them, because everything that these people are doing is provoking, is provocative, and could be a ground for one side.
And that's the reason I'm saying it. That's why I'm bringing the army into it.
I beg them not to be stimulated, not to be tempted to come here and say, you know what happened? We cannot allow this thing to continue. So we have come to use the word rescue or redeem or stop this kind of thing from going on. And I don't know why the politicians in the House are doing this, and even the executive. We are in West Africa, the region that is more known for coup d'etat. Right now, Guinea, there's military government. You have one in Mali, you have one in Burkina Faso, one in Niger, all over the place. I did not scare. I am scared. And when I talk to my military friends, I tell them, you know, I've had some connection with them. I'm a short-term retired colonel of the AFL because for 6 months,
okay,
I was commissioned to prosecute 4 generals and some senior senior officers of the army who attempted to overthrow the former government. And I had a small inkling into how the military behaves. And normally, coup d'etat are not brought by chief of staff and all the people. They are part of the government. That the lower people there who are frustrated, they are part of the ordinary people who just organize and take over. I beg them not to be tempted because these people are really, really pushing the buttons of some people in the army who would just blow national anthem one day, then we be in trouble. And the reason I'm begging them is that not every soldier in the army that will be a Traore of Burkina Faso that is doing great things in agriculture, health, education, and running the government, you know, like that, using used car and all that. We might get one who will just be the one of the lawmakers and say, I'm not time to eat, and we're in trouble.
So, Councilor, as you're speaking, sorry, I'm watching a live video. The majority block and the Kova block, both of them, they are walking on the grounds of the Capitol building. This thing is going to build up a serious tension. So, as you begin, I mean, I'm seeing this in a very different way.
I'm going to intervene, but the responsibility for maintaining law and order is in the hand of the executive. So if there's confusion and the executive does not put in order, it's a failure on the part of the Parker government. They have to act. They cannot be punished further under this situation.
All right. Please hold the line. Don't go away. Let's pick some calls up. Well-landed Councilor Tewonse Gongolo, interpreting the Supreme Court ruling. Well, as you speak, there's serious tension on the grounds of the Capitol building. Let's get some calls up on the last segment. But not to account of the day.
Don't worry about it.
There will be no violence, but this matter will not be settled.
Yes, so Councilor Gongolo is on the line.
Let's do a minute per call, please.
A minute. Go ahead. No too much compliments. Just go ahead, call your name and lay your point.
And
citizens are made or action. You cannot.
Why you got citizen action? Why you got citizen action? If the boy in the legislature doing that thing, you say you need citizen action. Why you got citizen action?
To a peaceful path, and lead, it will create some chaotic movement for us. Also blame the all Supreme Court for allegedly stealing.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you. Let's take this call.
Let's do a minute, please. We appeal to you all. Yes.
Good morning. Morning.
Yeah. My name is Kofi Kamara calling from Tupo Road, from the SSC side. I want to say hi to the Honorable Councilor Simon Gonglo and to you guys in studio. The topic on our discussion, the way Councilor Gonglo put it, is, he is right. He are giving the clear, vivid understanding of the whole thing to the Liberian people. The level of the understanding. The other day, in one of my calls on True FM show, that the President of the Republic of Liberia, after the Supreme Court have made a ruling, between the upper and the lower majority, let the President now come in to say something, because he has the right for peace, to bring in peace. He had the right to put things under control. If nothing goes right in his country, the President will be held responsible.
Okay. Nothing
The
goes
president will be
right.
held responsible.
Okay.
Good morning.
Okay.
Go ahead, you're live.
Yeah.
Man,
Don't hold the line, please,
morning,
man.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Good morning to the Western Councilor, Honorable Pierre Gongolo. I'm coming from District 4, and this is the voice of Akwe Ebo Senior. Well, Marka, sometimes ago, I followed the councilor relating to the issue, and there was a question asked, but I think the councilor did not answer that question. So I'm going to repeat the question. Councilor, being a legal luminary, from what is unfolding at the capital, although we are not the official spokesperson of ECOWAS, but as a legal person, what do you see from the ECOWAS standpoint relating to what is happening at capital?
Thank you. What do you see from the ECOWAS standpoint? Yes.
Good morning.
Let's go ahead.
Wow. Oh, really? The call bouncing back.
Yes. Let's take 2 more calls out.
Good morning. Now, when you come from Mount Barkley, what is Anthony Water Avenue business? Who named that avenue?
Mama, go ahead, man. Okay. Hello. This is Happy Go Brent. Hello, please listen up. Did he explain the Supreme Court, interpret the Supreme Court ruling a different way? No, answer the question. Did this interpret the Supreme Court ruling the different manner? Yes, I'm saying, yeah, because you're trying to bring in the different way. Okay. All right. Interpret a different way. Yeah, let's hear you.
Good
Morning.
morning.
Okay.
I think the people call ourselves majority blood, they need to absorb the shit, they can absorb the shit, and they need to bring the country into chaos. I think they should find the rule of law, and we all are here, like rule of law, I think it covers every nation. because nobody is saying that they don't remove the speaker, that I rather remove the speaker, but then people instead of maybe saying that they want to remove the speaker, possibly, and some people are come over with it. So that is so far a procedure, and she has better to pick up that.
Okay. Well, counsel, you listen to the callers.
Most of them expressed their opinion. The other man who said I interpreted the opinion in a different way, even though he's not a lawyer, I leave him with you, but he's not right because I don't who got degree in law, I be practicing law. So when I speak on the area of my competence, he does not. And then,
but he's placing you in a bracket of being supporting the embattled speaker from the inception of the issues.
Is that why?
He's placing that he's supporting the Copa block. That's how. That's why he said you interpreting the law different way.
In favor.
In favor. He said you're interpreting the law in a Copa favor.
I stand on the side of the law. That's what I'm doing. And because of how people feel, I will not leave that. My understanding of the law and say something else. We are officers of the court. The Supreme Court does not go explaining its judgment. We, officers of the court, lawyers, are the ones that are left to explain what the Supreme Court means to the ordinary public. Because law is a difficult area. You see people wearing the ultra-virus, people are catching hard time with that. We are the ones who are trained to say what ultra-virus means. So I've explained that. Now on the issue of ECOWAS, he's right. Look, ECOWAS, maybe you do not know, the ECOWAS parliament came here and high-level parliamentarians, they came here, and it is my understanding that it was the majority, the quote-unquote majority bloc that did not cooperate, because it is my understanding that COPA was asked, if the absentee members, your colleagues that are outside, agree to come in, are you prepared after the regular session is convened, and for the first issue to be their complaint against you, and when you raise that issue, are you prepared to recuse yourself to face the investigation, to face your accuser, and at the end of the day, they vote on it? It is my understanding that COFA agreed, but the majority side said, no, we cannot stay on a gavel. But there's only one legal way to do things, you know? When, for example, when Justice Janet was being impeached, he was still sitting as justice until that vote was taken at the Senate that's being orderly. But these people are proceeding by rule that is not in conformity with our constitution, is not even in conformity with precedent. That they want to say, grumble, the stronger will survive. No, we've been through grumble in the country. We have put it out for war and all that. We don't need anybody to show strength anymore. We've been through that. It didn't help our country. That is why, for example, I'm pleading with the military not to intervene, because we are still trying to recover from the 1980 coup. You see, people should be guided by the history of our country. The other thing I want to say in concluding is that we do not have a parliamentary system. We have a presidential system. So that thing about vote of no confidence has no legal meaning. Now, what the Supreme Court didn't even deal with it in opinion. What do you call vote of no confidence? That is because, okay, we remember the ECOWAS parliament, so we can be hearing and people talk about parliament. But please, if all the other radio stations will talk about parliament, members of the parliament, you should not be saying that. You know, we have the legislature that has two branches, the Senate and the House. We'll keep talking about parliament. It tends to mislead people. And because in the parliamentary setting is different, so parliamentarians are ministers while the Senate serving the legislature. And vote of no confidence can remove people. That's not in our system. That is totally not consistent with our constitution.
All right.
Argument based on our vote of no confidence has no meaning. It should not be part of this. And that's public education. But thank you for calling me this morning, and you people should do that. When we talk about medical issues in your country, call medical doctors, experts. We talk about law, bring lawyers. Because your role is to inform and educate the public.
Sure.
Not to miseducate, not to mislead. You don't take anybody from that tie shop, for example, who is eloquent. Yeah, because he's eloquent, he can talk, he can have more, you bring on the radio. The effect of that person appearing on the radio is to miseducate and to misinform, you will be responsible for that as well. So I'm happy that you did this, and I'm always prepared to come and contribute to public education in the law, as I've been doing over the years, writing and speaking. And I encourage more of my colleagues who are even more versed in the law than me to always make themselves available. Because I hear some journalists say that sometimes when they invite lawyers, they don't want to come. But it's part of our moral and ethical responsibility, our public responsibility, to also help the general public understand the law. All right.
Thank you so much, Councilor Gongolo. Councilor, thank you so much for taking up your time with us this morning. Thank you. Yes, the voice of Tewonse Gongolo. This thing is far from over. You see lawmaker marching.
Yes,
with men on the grounds of the Capitol building. We gotta go, man.
Let's close the show.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Again, as I close, so why your tension boiling over there? Let me say,
go for a brief out.
I go you. Yeah. So thanks to all of you who followed us this morning. We can all now turn to the live broadcast coming from the Capitol and see what's going on there. We'll know about ourselves. We're not here to interpret what people say and all of that. So let us turn our cameras now to the Capitol and see what's going on there. So as I leave, let me again say happy birthday to little Thomas Floyd III. He's celebrating his first birthday on today, and his grandmom is taking him to view her last born, but that's not true. So yeah, so Madam Coretta Kumen, thank you so much for all you've been doing for your grandson. Today is his birthday. We hope maybe somehow we'll pass through to see him. Thank you, Onu. Have a wonderful day.
Yes, on the Monday morning, as you go home like this, bring all of your data from the Capitol building, and that's gonna come out of the day, man. Sometimes we just want to trick the whole country and just throw it in one.
We move.
Yeah, we move, man. Thank you so much. We'll be back on tomorrow.
They not born. They won't pass. Nothing will happen in the country. Look,
you know, Taiwan says
show.
You feel giving party comment.
Yeah, people can be there. You know, like bro, not correct now. Even if you're not in the country, will put you wrong.
You get closer and still come back.
Yeah, that's bro. You know, I want to assure our Liberian people that all these
so let me squeeze you Courage Kaga. He said someone who arresting who
all these political chicaneries are happening, nothing will happen. You sit down, we'll buy your food, you'll eat and normal.
Nothing will happen.
Nothing will happen. Nothing will just be ready in our Capitol building.
Yeah.
Some people who go to the police station will go there. So
yeah, don't worry. What will happen?
We only caution our
what will happen if the budget will not be passed? We'll just blow it out.
We just caution our police who are there to be very careful before somebody nodding or something on their teeth or something like that.
Courage, let's hear you 1 minute quickly. You laugh on the Capitol building. Courage Kanga. Wait, hold on. I'm not hearing you. Hold on. They will leave this room.
I say be careful before they knife your teeth or something.
Yeah. Sorry, Courage. Yeah, go ahead.
It's quite interesting. His teams here this morning, the massive security.
Courage, please take your time. They take your time. Yeah, wait, teams and team.
No, you don't have to be running. Provide the information the way that the public will understand.
Nobody will do nothing different there. Just take your time.
So critically, from what I'm seeing here, the high presence of state security at the grounds of the Capitol building is unprecedented. You know, since the start of the entire crisis here, this is the first time we've seen huge person mounted to all points of the building to even access other people. When 2 persons just got arrested, they are from the side of the minority bloc. They are believed to be security who are protecting some of the lawmakers who supporting Speaker Kofi to be the Speaker proper of the House of Representatives. They came, Representative Collins, who disclosed about that money issue that he said is signed for money and they received the money. They were in with Mavico and other members. They get called over also. They were in numbers 2 when a government vehicle entered. They prevented that vehicle. The very serious issue that the vehicle will not have access there because of the border hearing. They will disrupt any minister that appears on the grounds today. So there was a serious threat, and they demanded that they wanted to remove the drive from the vehicle and then carry out serious destruction of the vehicles, and police had to intervene to the process. And they have to even
so as we speak,
2 persons was arrested.
Coris, as we speak, one of the contentious issue today is that the majority in session have said they will begin the budget hearing today. Have you seen any member of the executive coming for budget hearing?
No, the only motor vehicle that we saw, they just flattened the tire, and the guy who used to bend left, he was arrested as well by the police, and they have to take the car off to carry to the sound of executive marshal. And as we speak,
you said a car tire was flattened with a nerve. Someone used a bend nerve to flatten a car tire.
Yeah, a bend nerve. I saw the nerve, the bend nerve. We got videos of all this thing. A bend nerve was arrested. There were 2 persons who were arrested, and then the police took it away. And
that means they took weapon to the Capitol.
Okay.
Yeah, as we speak now, the majority block on the speaker just arrived, and some members of the majority budget arrived. They are going to Baltimore. And when I spoke with some lawmakers from the angle of the speaker, they too are saying that they will disrupt any form of session here, and there will be no budget hearing here at the grounds of the Capitol building. So they too, they are in numbers for point to points, getting on those and making sure that whatever plans that will come from those guys who refer to themselves as majority block, one of their plans will be disrupted today. So it's what we're seeing here today.
Thank you so much.
Okay, we will follow.
Thank you so much. The Corey says I wanted to say it.
What, that in their business?
No, he said something. Yeah, anyway, let go, man. We can't finish all today. Yes, but thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you. We'll be back. This country won't bling. But it just had to see the first house of branch of government in Africa still proceeding the way it is going. But thank you so much. We'll be back on tomorrow. Follow our news at 2 o'clock. I will bring you some breaking news on Newsday, 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. as well in all of our others programs on behalf of the entire team. Atta Butler, Marka David. My name is Oni Roberts. In the midst of all,
the return of
Atta Butler.
The return of Atta.
Yes, been doing extremely well.
Welcome back, my young man.
Yes, thank you so much, and we saw the majority blood speaker.
Oh, okay. So every
blood got a speaker is interesting. But thank you, man. Have a wonderful, blessed Monday. Enjoy your hustles. Hustle well. Don't let pressure to carry you, right? That thing was settled. Thank you. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.